Hello everybody, this is Intrepid83 and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD. Alright, before we head into the Cloister of Trials here, let's make use of the sphere levels we've gotten this far. So, yeah. I get the feeling we may need to fight our way out of here when the time comes. So Lulu, let's get her the magic defense +4 here. Pardon me. Pardon me. And get her the death spell as well. Now, Riku, I'm actually going to leave her here for now. We will be getting an item in this cloister that I would like to give to her, and it'd be great if we had an open node for her to use it right away kind of thing. So, yeah. And we could have moved her up here if you like, but we'll do it all at once kind of thing later on. So, yeah. For Auron, let's bring him down here and get him some more evasion. Now, a couple things about Auron. Recently, we got a level 4 key sphere, and I will actually be giving it to him. So we'll be unlocking this, and we'll be getting him the zombie attack ability here, which is a very useful ability to have later on. So, yeah. Also, I will be unlocking this level 1 lock here. Obviously, there's nothing in there for us to get for us to use yet, but I will be unlocking it as we go by. So just a heads up there as well. Alright, for Waka, let's bring him down here and get him some more magic strength. And then Kamari, let's bring him down here and get him that MP +40 we gave Lulu a while back. There we go, and teach him the bio spell as well. Awesome. Pardon me. Tidus, setting him up here and getting him the haste spell. Awesome. We can now haste more than one person at a time. Huzzah. And we get a nice MP +20 as well to go along with it. Awesome. Alright, that's that. Let's get everybody sorted out the way I'd like them to be and just double check. Looks like we're alright. Alright, now, before we go in there, a couple of things. First of all, it is impossible to complete this cloister without getting the destruction sphere. However, that sounds better than it is, because it's a bit misleading about the destruction sphere treasure itself. There is a much more subtle way, a much more subtle step you need to take in order to be actually to be able to get the treasure itself. You can get to the end of the cloister fine with the destruction sphere, but you need one extra step in order to be able to actually get the treasure. And I will point that step out once we get to it. So just a heads up there. So anything else? No, actually I already mentioned the item for Riku. So yeah, I guess we're set. Let's go take a look at this thing. Pardon me. Alright, so where we need to get, well, as you can see, there's a couple of treasure chests across the way there, but we can't get there yet. In order to get there, obviously you saw there briefly, there was a gap between here and there. So the only way we can get over there is by going through this. Alright, so as you can see, this thing is looks pretty complex. Basically, we're on a conveyor belt, and the only way you can change directions on this conveyor belt is with the glyphs you see scattered around that have arrows pointing, that are alternating between different directions. You need to time the cross button so that you go in the direction that you want to. So yeah, so basically you need to time it so that you can actually get the arrow pointing in the correct direction as you're going over it. So yeah. So I believe, other than this one, I think there's only one other glyph that does not, or there's only one glyph that actually stops you and gives you a chance to choose the direction you want to go. Everything else is pretty much you gotta do it as you're going over kind of thing. So yeah. Alright, so the first step we want to take, we actually want to go to the bottom of this thing. So let's confirm the direction. We want to take the first right here, and we want it to be pointing right when we go over. And no, didn't get it. Alright, so this one, wait for the last one. We want to go back. There we go. If you go off the end, don't worry about it. It'll just transport you back to the beginning of this this floor, if you will, of the conveyor belt. So yeah, And going left. There we go. Pardon me. It doesn't kill you or anything like that, so yeah. Alright. So this one, it actually stops you. So this one, and I believe the first one are the only ones that actually stop you. So this one, we've only got one direction, so let's confirm. Pardon me. And we made it to the bottom. Alright, so there's actually two, as you can see, there's two receptacles on the pedestal. So let's grab this Bevelle sphere here and put it into the pedestal. Now we actually want to take this pedestal all the way back up to the top level, and then it'll force us to turn right, and then we want to take the first right into the onto the first platform. So let's go. Yeah, if you're wondering why it's so important, why I'm emphasizing the destruction sphere here as being so, why I'm making it sound more important than you think it might be, it's actually for a very important. You want to get all of the destruction sphere treasures for a very important reason later on. So just a heads up there. All right, want to go to the right up here, and just got it. All right, pardon me. Alright, we got an empty receptacle here, so let's take one of the Bevelle spheres and put it in it. Which fills in that gap. Alright. Now, next up, we actually want to get to the platform on the other side of the conveyor belt here. You think, well, why don't you just push it on there and jump across? No, it's not that simple. Gotta turn around and then go across that way. Gotta follow the rules. Ironic, but anyways. Alright, I want to go in right. Ooh, just barely got it. Alright, in this one we want to grab this Bevelle sphere and put it in the pedestal. Pardon me. Alright, now we're actually going to be trying to go down one level to the middle level. So obviously so far we've encountered 3 levels, so we want to go into the middle one, the one we haven't been at yet. I believe that's the one where we just filled in that gap in the pathway. So yeah, we want to go down one level, and then we actually want to take the last right, which can be a bit tricky. So let's get down there, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, just barely got that. Pardon me. And we want to go left down the ramp. There we go. And we want to go left at this one. Remember, it stops us, so we'll have a chance to do it. Alright, this one, we want to go to the left. There's 3 other glyphs on this level. And then there's a hole at the end that if you go off, it'll just transport you back to the beginning here, and then you can try again. We want to go right at the far end. However, the first glyph... Here, let's see if we can get in the first try here. Okay, we won't. How I know is because the first glyph we see right here was pointing forward. That one is synced up with this last one here. So yeah, just to show you, yeah, we're forced to go off. Well, we end up going off there, and yeah, this is what happens. Now we want to wait for the glyph ahead of us to be pointing to the right. The first glyph ahead of us to be pointing to the right. We also want to make sure that the glyph we're standing on is actually pointing forward, so you don't go up or down again. So yeah. Alright, so we wanted to go right, and there we go. Remember, the first one there is synced with the last one at the end. And there we go, just got it. Pardon me. Alright, and we want to grab one of the Bevelle spheres here and put it in the receptacle right here. Which builds a bridge across to there, which is kind of neat looking. Yeah. Neat looking glyph there, hint hint. Yeah. Alright, so let's push this back onto the conveyor belt. And we'll be forced to ride it off the end here. So yeah. To officially alleviate any concerns about going off the edge. Alright, so now we actually want to take the second last right. So not the one in front of us, but the one further down. We want to take that right. So we want to wait for that to be pointing to the right, but also the one we're standing on to be pointing forward. Okay, that was it. And there we go. Go. And at the end of here, we get a glyph sphere. And put it in the pedestal, and now we actually want to go back to the last right, if you will. The last platform we pretty much were just on. And looks like we may not get it. No. Okay. There we go. Pardon me. There we go. So I just want to grab the glyph sphere we just picked up, and we want to put it in the glyph at the end of the hall there. Though, is it still a hall if there's no walls on the side of it? There we go, and we get the destruction sphere. There we go. Let's put this in the pedestal. Alright, and we want to ride this thing off the end again. Alright, now we want to take the second last right again. So let's time this correctly. There we go. Pardon me. Yeah, we want to put the destruction sphere in the receptacle at the end of the platform here. And the destruction sphere lights that up. Okay. This is the one step you absolutely must do to get the actual treasure, the actual destruction sphere treasure. You need to have 2 Bevelle spheres in this pedestal. So where do we get the second one? Well, we want to take the last right again and take the Bevelle sphere from there. So let's go down there. If you do not do this step, you'll be able to get to the end of the cloister, but you will not be able to get the treasure. Alright, looks like we won't be able to get it. Oh, give it a shot at least. Ooh, wow, I did. Barely. Alright. Saved a little extra time there. Awesome. So yeah, we want to grab this Bevelle sphere, and you want to make sure you have 2 of them. There we go. Alright. Now we want to ride this off the end. Now we want to take that first right ahead of us. This is the one, this is what we actually have not taken this one yet. So yeah, we want to get there. So basically just the same process before. We want to be pointing right when we start moving forward. There we go. Yeah, I want it pointing right and the one we're standing on to be pointing ahead. There we go. And we end up here. And we actually just want to push this across the platform. Which leads us to the glyph that the destruction sphere activated. And now we can go up here. And we can't go back, so yeah, that's why it's a good idea to save it. Alright, so yeah, there's an easy way to do this. Just open this treasure first and get an HP sphere. We'll be giving that to Riku. And that also reveals the shiny glyph here. So let's just teleport the pedestal up here. Now, the only way you can do this, the treasure chest is at the end of this conveyor here. The only way you can do this is if you have two spheres in the pedestal. One to power the conveyor belt, and the other in the pedestal so that the pedestal actually becomes the platform. As I just stated, you need to have two spheres up here in order to be able to get the treasure. So yeah, little bit misleading as far as what we've dealt with so far as destruction sphere treasures go. So yeah. And we get the Night Lance. Obviously that's a weapon for Kimahri. Let's go, we'll take a look at it. There we go. Alright, and there's the Night Lance. So yeah, pretty decent boost to strength there if you took in that route, but I'm happy with the Hunter Spear with the magic plus 20% we've got and the sensor on it, so yeah. Alright, now that we got the HP sphere, let's give it to Riku. And there we go. It'd be great if we had a save sphere to heal her up with, but well. Hopefully she'll be alright, so you get some more HP there for Riku, and then magic strength, ooh, magic plus 4 even, and a plus 3 boost to her agility. Awesome. Alright, let's go.
Yuna?
Inside, maybe?
Then what are we standing here for?
Hey!
You can stuff your taboos! What's that?
A Fayth. They join with the Summoner, and together receive the Aeon. They are human souls, imprisoned in stone by ancient Yevon rites. The dead should be allowed to rest.
Yuna!
There's the last of them. You are to stand trial.
I expect it will be a fair trial.
Of course it will.
And Yuna acquires the summon Bahamut. Well, we're where Yuna wanted to go in the first place, Bevelle, and I guess this is our opportunity to explain ourselves, and at least our side of the story of what happened at the Makalania Temple. Here's hoping they listen to us, though. This is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. Liking the video makes it easier for other people to find the video so that they can watch it and enjoy it as well. And if you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe and enable notifications so that you can be notified when I upload the next video. And if you can think of anybody, friends, family, anybody else you think might enjoy this series as well, feel free to share the playlist with them. The link to that is in the video description. And if you're interested in keeping up to date with any channel updates, you can always check my feed at twitter.com/intrepid83. The link to that is in the video description as well. And as always, comments are welcome. Just please keep them spoiler-free and speculation-free for the sake of those that have yet to experience this game and story. And we thank you for your consideration for them, for those people. Take care, be blessed, and have a good one.